Hey Brick fans, this is Dave, and today I'm going to talk about every LEGO Minecraft mob ever. Well, almost ever. Let's say every LEGO Minecraft mob yet. Up to today in April 2017, with a few guesses into the near future of some unreleased 2017 sets that we've got some information about. So if you're watching this video in the future, first of all, hello from the past. And second of all, that's why I won't be talking about Minecraft mobs that exist in 2018, for instance, that didn't exist in 2017 when I made this video. That being said, there's a table of contents in the video description if you want to jump ahead to different sections of this videos, if you want to look at the hostile mobs, the passive mobs, boss mobs, whatever, you can find links and time codes to jump ahead in the video description. A couple things I won't be covering in this video. So I'm going to focus just on the minifigure scale mobs. I'm not going to do any of the micro scale stuff from the early Minecraft sets, since those are kind of weird and they haven't made too many of those. I'm also not going to talk about weapons, tools, or armor. So all of those things come with different figures in the different sets, but they're kind of interchangeable and come in lots of different combinations. So I'm just going to talk about the figures themselves and not get into weapon and armor variants. But I could do a separate video on that if you are interested. Let me know in the comments. One other quick update before we jump into the main part of the video. Just wanted to remind you that if you're in the Philadelphia area, I will be at Philly Brickfest this weekend, Saturday, April 22nd and Sunday, April 23rd, 2017. So we don't confuse the future people. So in addition to having a booth where you can come meet me, buy a copy of my LEGO animation book, get it signed, see some of my how to build models, I'll also be running presentations throughout the weekend about LEGO animation. So if you want to show up for one of the presentations, those will be at 1, 3, and 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, April 22nd, and at 1 and 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, April 23rd. So if you can make it out, it'd be great. Always love meeting fans at LEGO conventions. Come see me at Philly Brickfest. Let's talk about LEGO Minecraft mobs. Okay, to start out, we're going to talk through the different hostile mobs. Quick note before we get into this, you'll notice that some of these mobs I'm showing in this spin are actually some of the neutral mobs, but neutral is a weird mob category, so I just moved all neutral mobs to other categories. If you want to be nitpicky about it, you can do that in the comments. I don't mind. First mob. Okay, first hostile mob we're going to talk about is the zombie. This is, to me, one of the most classic Minecraft mobs. It's one of the first things I encountered at night trying to kill me in survival mode. It's come in a whole bunch of LEGO Minecraft sets, including 21113, the cave, 21118, the mine, 21119, the dungeon, and that one you actually get 2 in addition to a zombie spawner, 21123, the Iron Golem, 21128, the village, and 21134, the waterfall base. I'm not going to really comment on the designs of the mobs or anything like that throughout. This is just going to be an informational video, kind of talking through where you can get all the mobs, and then I'm going to play with each of the mobs, because that's what I do. Second mob is the skeleton. So the skeleton has appeared with a couple different armor variants. I'm just going to talk about where you can get the base skeleton. Again, armor I would cover in a separate video if you're interested in that. But the skeleton has come in a bunch of sets. It's actually the mob that has come in the most sets, I think, and you definitely get the most skeletons if you've gotten every Minecraft set because they come in multiples. So skeleton comes in 21114, the farm, 21116, the crafting box, 21118, the mine, 21121, the desert outpost where you get 2 skeletons, 21125, the jungle treehouse, 21127, the fortress which comes with 3 skeletons, 21132, jungle temple with 2 skeletons, and based on a leaked silhouette picture of an upcoming Minecraft set, it seems like there will be a skeleton in set 21137, the mountain cave, but that is super unofficial. We don't have much information about this set yet since LEGO has only released a silhouette, but people have found information about what theoretically the number of the set and the cave is, and that silhouette at the top definitely looks like a skeleton. So pretty safe bet. It could possibly be a skeleton variant though. That would be cool. It could possibly be the variation of the skeleton mob, the stray, which is found in cold biomes. It's possible this is going to be a cold biome because of some information that's on the LEGO website of the Minecraft overworld. It kind of looks like the mountain cave might line up with that part of the overworld, which has snow on the top. So small possibility that that would be a stray, but again, this is pure speculation on my part. Okay, third hostile mob we're going to talk about is the creeper. Arguably the most iconic of the hostile mobs, since the creeper face is all over everything as the Minecraft logo. Who doesn't love a good creeper? Explodey times. So the creeper has come in the sets 21115, the first night, 21118, the mine, 21120, the snow hideout, 21125, the jungle treehouse, 21128, the village, 21129, the mushroom island, and one of the upcoming 2017 sets, it looks like it'll be in 21135, the crafting box 2.0. Again, huge caveat that that set isn't out yet, nor officially announced, so I'm pretty sure, but not 100%. Next up, let's talk about the zombie villager. This zombie variant of the villager has only come in one set, 21128, the village. It looks awesome though, and if you want zombie villagers, you gotta get the village. It's just how it is. Similarly, the witch has only come in one set, 21133, aptly named the Witch Hut. This is a great set, specifically because you get the witch, which you can only get here, and her hut, as well as the next mob we're going to talk about, slime. Slime also only comes in 21133 as of right now, but you do get 3 of them, which is pretty cool. Again, according to information that I saw at New York Toy Fair, there should also be a small slime in 21135, the crafting box 2.0. We've only gotten slimes in this smaller size. Hopefully we'll eventually get them in a larger size because that would be really cool. But for right now, these slimes are what you got. Next up, magma cube. So I'm transitioning now kind of into the nether mobs, hostile mobs. So the magma cube only comes in one set, 21130, the nether railway. You get 1 of each size magma cube. As I mentioned in my review of that set, these are probably the large magma cube and the medium magma cube, but not the smallest magma cube based on their relative size to Steve. You can argue about that in the comments if you disagree. Probably the only sizes we're ever going to see of the magma cube. I doubt LEGO would make a really small one or anything in between these or larger than this. So probably all we'll ever see officially, but you can always make your own tiny one if you want. And I would be very remiss if I didn't point out this really cool play feature on the magma cube, where it splits apart into 3 different sections, just like it does when it's jumping in the game. I really love this. Let me know in the comments if you want a video of me just going like that and making the magma cube noise that loops for 10 hours, and we can make that happen. I'm only half kidding. Continuing on with the nether mobs, we've got the wither skeleton, which comes in set 21126, the wither. You get 2 wither skeletons in that. It's the only set you can get the wither skeleton in, so that's what you gotta do if you want some wither skeletons. Moving on to some other mobs, we've got the blaze, really awesome looking mob. It comes in set 21122, the nether fortress, another one of those mobs. You gotta get that one set if you want the blaze. Ditto for the ghast, 21122, the nether fortress is the only set you can get this ghast in. What's really cool about the ghast is that you can switch out the face from a normal face to an angry face, and then there's a little thing on the top of the ghast where you can push it down and shoot out a fireball. So that's a pretty cool thing about the ghast play feature. Okay, now I'm moving on to the hostile mobs that are technically neutral mobs. Just for you sticklers, I wanted to point out technically the rest of the mobs I'm going to talk about in the hostile section are neutral, but they're basically hostile mobs, they're just sometimes neutral. So, zombie pigman. So, the way this mob works, if you're familiar with Minecraft, of course, is that they don't attack you unless you attack a zombie pigman first, and then they'll all start attacking you. So they're technically neutral at first and then become hostile. So the zombie pigman comes in 2 sets. Number 21122, the Nether Fortress, and 21130, the Nether Railway. Other neutral but mostly hostile mobs, spider and cave spider. So these mobs are neutral if the light level is like daylight bright, otherwise they're hostile. So most of the times you're gonna see these mobs, they're gonna be attacking you, but if you ever see one out during the day, you'll notice it's just kinda chilling out. So the spider comes in the set 21113, the cave, 21118, the mine, 21131, the ice spikes, and based on the silhouette of 21137, the mountain cave, it looks on the right side like there's either a spider or a cave spider hanging off the side. Not clear if it's spider or cave spider based on the silhouette. Might be cave since it is a cave set, which would be nice since we only have the cave spider currently in 1 set, which is 21124, the end portal. Just slight differences between the builds of the spider and the cave spider. Cave spider is a little smaller and obviously in dark blue rather than pure black. Last of the hostile mobs, though again technically a neutral mob, is the enderman. So the enderman is neutral until you look one straight in the eyes, and then it'll start coming at you and it's super scary. So the enderman has come oftentimes in multiples. In set 21117, the Ender Dragon, you get 3 Endermen. In 21124, the End Portal, you got 2 Endermen. In set 21128, the Village, you only get 1. Ditto, the Waterfall Base at 21134, just 1 Enderman. 3 more hostile mobs, which are totally in the realm of not quite officially announced yet. The Guardian and the Elder Guardian, both which are scheduled to come out in set 21136, the Ocean Monument. Here's again some footage of me looking at those at Toy Fair. Haven't gotten great close-up looks at these mobs yet, but this is pretty reliable information from Toy Fair. So this set should be out in August. We don't know when the Mountain Cave will be out. We could think that it's in August, but who knows? LEGO likes to mix things up. Other unreleased hostile mob that seems pretty likely is a bat. This looks like the silhouette on the left side of the mountain cave picture. So again, the bat will be in set 21137, most likely it looks like, and whenever that set comes out, we'll see. All right, so that wraps it up for the hostile mobs.
Thank you all for coming. As you know, our 2 clans have warred for too long. The monochromatic mobs versus the super colorful mobs. As a cave spider who is part colorful and part monochromatic and has, relatives on both sides, hey cousin, hey colors, I have felt torn between these 2 rival mob gangs for too long, and I wanted to see if there was a way we could ever find peace. I guess not. Way to go, Ghast. You ruined everything. Again. I'm gonna go cry now.
Okay, next up, let's talk about the boss mobs. So boss mobs are basically hostile mobs. They're gonna attack you, but they're gigantic and awesome and need special situations to encounter them in the game. There's 2 boss mobs in Minecraft, and there's 2 LEGO boss mobs. So, first up, we've got the Wither. So the Wither comes in the set 2126, the Wither. The name is pretty straightforward there. Yeah, that's the Wither, 3-headed creepiness. So the wither, I wanted to point out, doesn't stand up well on its own. That's why I put it on this transparent base plate. In the official set, it comes on like a 4x6 orange plate, but I thought a transparent base plate looked better. You can see if you try to stand it up on its own, boom, falls over. Just not very good at standing. Sorry, the wither. It loses at the standing contest. The other boss mob is the Ender Dragon, which comes in set 211-17, the Ender Dragon. So the Ender Dragon is a really cool mob. It's gigantic and it's really posable. You can pose the neck and the tail in a lot of different positions thanks to the click hinges. So yeah, lots of different poses you can put the head into. Ditto, the legs are also super posable. You can also make the wings go up and down by pressing this button, which is a really fun play feature. Yeah, just lots of ways you can pose the Ender Dragon, and it's really cool and sometimes falls over. Pretty straightforward what you're getting in those sets. Those are the only sets they come in right now. Possible in future waves, they might introduce these in some other context. But as for right now, these two sets are the only way to get these two boss mobs. Rawr.
Hey, the Wither. Well, thanks for coming to my house for this cool boss mob party.
I only came because you summoned me. I really had no choice. I'm here against my will. Your house is weird, and I don't like it, and I'd like to leave.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I got everything ready for you. Like, I built these pillars. I thought we could, like, jump up and down on them or fly and stuff, 'cause we can fly. Yeah, I thought that'd be fun.
That sounds boring. I would like to go blow something up now. I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Oh, my parties are the worst.
Next up, let's take a look at the passive mobs. So passive mobs are ones that just kind of stand there and you can attack them and they won't attack back because they can't. Sorry, passive mobs. But I like to think passive mobs are your friend until you eat them. Yeah. So the first passive mob I want to talk about is the sheep. So the sheep has come in a few sets. There's two different variants of the sheep. There's the main white sheep. That sheep has come in 21114 the farm, 21125 the jungle treehouse, and 21127 the fortress. In the most recent wave of sets, we got a new sheep, which has a medium azure, in LEGO terms, color to it. It's also shearable. And you'll also notice this sheep is slightly taller than the other sheep. That's because to make it so you could interchange the sheared versus unsheared version with a single brick, they made it a little taller than the other sheep is. So blue, light blue, cyan, azure, whatever you want to call this color, this sheep comes in 21134, the waterfall base. Next up, pigs. So the pig and baby pig aren't that different. They use the same head, the baby pig has fewer pieces. So they're pretty similar in that way. The pig has come in three sets, 21115 the first night, 21128 the village, 21133 the witch hut, and then the baby pig has come in two sets, 21123 the Iron Golem, and 21128 the village. Baby pig. Next up, cow and baby cow. The cow has come in one set officially and probably a second set this summer. 21114 the farm is the one set the cow has come in. 21135 the crafting box 2.0 is supposed to be out this August and should have a cow based on what I saw at Toy Fair. The baby cow has come in one set, 21131 the ice spikes. Again, the baby cow can work pretty well if you add a few pieces to turn into a cow, since it's the same headpiece. But if you're being specific and want a version of each, then that's how it works. Mooshroom and baby mooshroom. So the mooshroom is kind of a rare mob in some ways. It was only in one set that was kind of a secret set early on, the crafting box, 2.11.16. It just wasn't really as well promoted as every other Lego Minecraft set, I feel like. So I feel like a lot of people missed the crafting box. And then it's in now 2.11.29, the Mushroom Island. So that's a pretty inexpensive set, part of the most recent wave, easy to get a mooshroom, and you get a baby mooshroom in that set too. So you can start your own mooshroom family. Last passive mob that's already out is the villager. Comes with 2 different villagers in the set 2.11.28, the village. So you get 2 different variants. So the 2 different villagers you can get are the brown-robed farmer or the white-robed librarian. Technically, that could be, the brown robe is a farmer, a fisherman, a shepherd, or a fletcher, and the white robe is either a librarian or a cartographer, but generally you can just call them farmer and librarian. And last but not least, a upcoming passive mob that we'll be getting in set 2.11.36, the ocean monument, is the squid. I know a lot of people are excited about this because squids, they're pretty awesome. So yeah, that is a full look at all of the passive Lego Minecraft mobs available as of right now and the near future.
Yes, thank you all for coming here to the Congress of Passive Mobs. I, of course, am the leader because I am the coolest looking passive mob, being blue and shiny and stuff. So thank you all for bowing to my tyranny. Today I wanted to talk about the player character abusing passive mobs. You know what I mean, the player character killing us and eating us for our meat, breeding us against our will, putting villagers in boxes. It has to stop. All in favor of an organized protest against the player characters? Please make some noise that is anything other than an animal noise.
Oink oink. Bah.
Moo. Ooh. I guess that counts. Let's go protest by wandering around aimlessly for a while.
Okay, now let's look at the utility mobs and the tameable mobs. Before anyone cries out, hey, the wolf is technically a neutral mob. Also, you mispronounced the word wolf. Yes, I know, but it's also tameable, so I'm putting it there. Also, I'm combining utility and tameable because I can. All right, let's look at these mobs. So the first utility mob to look at is the snow golem. So the snow golem has actually come in 2 slightly different variants. So in set 2.11.20, the snow hideout, the middle section was a Travis brick, and in 2.11.31, the ice spikes, the middle section was 2 Erling bricks and a neck bracket, and the top part is different as well. So slight variations here. I think they both work. I like the new one just because I like getting a white neck bracket, which I stole for Circus Baby, but then I stole back for this video. So take that, Circus Baby. Oh no, my thing! So that's the snow golem. Obviously you build the snow golem and it'll be your friend, but if another player who's not your friend builds a snow golem, it might not be your friend. The Iron Golem. So this again can sometimes be a neutral mob. So if an Iron Golem is generated naturally in a village, then it'll be neutral and it'll be your friend or not be your friend based on how nice you are to the villagers. But if you build it yourself, it'll be pretty much totally loyal to you. So the Iron Golem comes in sets 2.11.23 and 2.11.28. And those set names are the Iron Golem and the Village. So you could say that the Iron Golem in 2.11.23, the Iron Golem, is one that's loyal to you since you created it, and 2.11.28, the Village, that Iron Golem might be neutral because it was in a village because there were villagers there. If you care about having distinctions between your Iron Golems in Lego. Okay, moving on to tameable mobs. First, the wolf. I'm trying to pronounce that correctly. I have a lot of trouble with it. So this mob has only come in one set, the Desert Outpost, 2.11.21. You get one wolf or dog mob in that. There's not really a difference from when it's tamed to untamed in this. You could just move the tail up and down and take the collar out, but they don't really give you a lot to do with that. But hopefully we'll see this in another set again, since it's only been in that one set. Next tameable mob, let's talk about ocelots and cats. So the ocelot variant has come in two sets, 21125, the Jungle Treehouse, and 21132, the Jungle Temple. Makes sense since these are native to jungle biomes. And then this black tamed cat came in set 21134, the Waterfall Base. So that's where you can get your cat and be a cat lady or cat man. We don't really talk about cat men like we talk about cat ladies. Gender parity. Last but not least, the horse. So the horse came in set 21127, the Fortress. It's kind of this brown and white horse. And based on what I saw at Toy Fair, it looks like we're getting a new gray horse in set 21135, the Crafting Box 2.0, due out in August. So there are your horsies. Nay.
Hello, yes, thank you all for coming to the Congress of Tameable and Utility Mobs. I have a pressing concern I wanted to talk to all of you about. There are not enough of us in Minecraft. We need more tameable/utility mobs. The fact that we even have to get together as a group of two to really feel like a full group proves how few there are of us. If you agree that there need to be more of us in Minecraft, please say yay. Nay. Horse, you always ruin everything.
Last but not least, let's talk about the playable character skins. These aren't technically mobs, but it seemed weird not to include them since I talked about every other minifigure you can find in a LEGO Minecraft set. Let's start by talking about Alex. So Alex wasn't introduced until the second wave of Minecraft sets, but since then she's been a regular feature. She's come in a few different armor variants. Again, I'm not going to specify which armor variant was to which set. I can do an armor video if you really want to know all those details. So I'm really just talking about what sets contain Alex's head and Alex's torso, since those elements are the same across all Alex variants. So the sets that feature Alex are 21121, the Desert Outpost, 21122, the Nether Fortress, 21123, the Iron Golem, 21125, the Jungle Treehouse, 21128, the Village, 21129, the Mushroom Island, 21133, the Witch Hut, 21134, the Waterfall Base, 21136, the Ocean Monument, which again isn't out yet, so that is tentative information. And based on what we can see in the silhouette for the mountain cave, it's likely that that is also an Alex. Looks like there's 3 player characters in them. I'm assuming it's Steve, Alex, and some third character, but it's possible they could be 3 entirely different skins and not include Steve and Alex, but that would be unlikely. Who knows? We won't know until they release some kind of image of the mountain cave, 21137. Unfortunately for Alex, while there have been a number of minifigures with green sleeves, none of them are the exact combination she would need, which is sand green sleeve on a light flesh arm. Closest you're probably going to get is the arm for Shaggy or Peter Pan, which is lime green on light flesh. Kind of sad. No sleeves for Alex. Hashtag sadness. Next up, let's talk about skin packs. So these are 2 kind of weird one-off sets. They have totally different numbering than all the other LEGO Minecraft sets. So the skin pack sets are numbers 853-609, that's skin pack 1, and 853-610, skin pack 2. I've just got all the different skin packs here. I also really like to just randomize and customize these skin packs rather than using exactly how they show you in the set, because then you can create fun characters like Oops, I Threw Up on Myself and stuff like that. If you want a character other than Steve or Alex to play with in your LEGO Minecraft sets, the skin packs are really great for that. And I hope they continue to do more things like that so people can kind of customize their LEGO Minecraft avatars a little bit more. Last but not least, let's talk about Steve. So Steve has been in a lot of LEGO Minecraft sets, almost all of them. Let's list them out. Steve is in 2.11.13, the cave, 2.11.14, the farm, 2.11.15, the first night, 2.11.16, the crafting box, 2.11.17, the ender dragon, 2.11.18, the mine, 2.11.19, the dungeon, 2.11.20, the snow hideout, 2.11.21, the desert outpost, 2.11.22, the nether fortress, 2.11.24, the end portal, 2.11.25, the jungle tree house, 2.11.26, the wither, 2.11.27, the fortress, 2.11.28, the village, 2.11.30, the nether railway, 2.11.31, the ice spikes, 2.11.32, the jungle temple, 2.11.34, the waterfall base, 2.11.35, the crafting box 2.0, caveat that set's not out yet, so not quite sure, 2.11.36, the ocean monument, same caveat, 2.11.37, the mountain cave, caveat, caveat, caveat. Another way to say this is that Steve has been in every single minifigure scale LEGO Minecraft set except for 3 of them, the Iron Golem, Mushroom Island, and the Witch Hut. Those are solely Alex solo affairs. Of course, you could always add a separate Steve in because you likely have a Steve, so it's kind of silly for me to list all the Steve places. Again, armor variants, I'm not going to specify, but I could do that if you want to see that in a separate video. Wow, that was a lot of numbers. I've mentioned this before, but I wanted to point it out again. If you want the best sleeves for Steves, you can steal the arms from the Adventure Time LEGO Dimensions Finn character and give them to Steve, because, sorry Finn, your arms are too awesome for even you. They need to go to Steve. Hashtag sleeves for Steve. I really hope that LEGO, now that they have this arm option, decides to, maybe in next year's LEGO Minecraft sets, assuming there are some in 2018, finally give Steve the sleeves he deserves. And leave Finn in a pile over there. Sorry, Finn. And all the Steves and all the Alexes all across the land did gaze upon the sleeved Steve, and lo, they were jealous, for none of them had short sleeves, though they all desired it, for it was quite warm outside. Also, a lot of them were missing legs, because Dave decided not to talk about leg armor, and therefore took all their legs. So if you are a Minecraft mob completionist and need to have at least one of every single mob and player character, here's a list of sets you would have to buy to get all of them. There's a total right now of what we know about 27 minifigure scale Minecraft sets. Luckily, you only need to buy about 19 of them to really get a full set. So first of all, if you want the nether mobs, you need to buy 3 nether sets: the nether fortress, the wither, and nether railway. That'll get you the blaze, the ghast, zombie pigman, the wither skeletons, and magma cubes. You'll also get some Alex and Steves incidentally. Next up, witch hut. That'll get you witch and slimes. You'll also get a pig. The village. That'll get you the villagers and the zombie villager. You'll also pick up an iron golem and a whole bunch of the hostile mobs: enderman, zombie, creeper, and then another pig and a baby pig. The ender dragon, which will get you the ender dragon and some additional endermen and steves and whatnot. Ice spikes will cross spider and snow golem off your list, as well as baby cow if you care about having different size cows. Jungle temple will get you an ocelot and skeletons. Cave spider comes only in the set the end portal, so you need that for that. Desert outpost you need if you want the wolf. The farm is a great way to get a sheep and a cow, though there are other ways you could get those depending on what you buy. The mushroom island will get you both variants of the mooshroom. The fortress is the only way to get the brown horse, and the crafting box 2.0 looks to be the only way to get the gray horse for the foreseeable future at least. So depending on whether you need both color variants of the horse, you could get one or both of those, and you'll get either a sheep or cow depending on how you do that. So you could cross off the farm and get the fortress and the crafting box to get sheep, cow, both horses. waterfall base. That's what you need if you want the black cat, but if you're fine with just an ocelot, don't bother. And also a blue sheep, but if you're fine with just a white sheep, don't bother. The ocean monument, that will be the only way to get the 2 different variants of the guardian and the squid, again as far as we know for right now. And then the mountain cave, which looks to include the bat. And possibly a new player character that we haven't seen before, and possibly something else we don't know yet. Who knows? It's a big old silhouette. And then last but not least, the other 2 sets you would need to get if you're a completionist are the 2 skin packs for all the different player character skin packs. So altogether that's about 19 or 18 sets that you'd have to get to really be complete with all the different color variants of everything, depending on how gung-ho you are about that. But it's less than buying every LEGO Minecraft set ever, but you could also do that if you're really a completionist. And you're definitely a completionist for watching this far in the video, so thank you very much for tuning into Brick 101. Please like this video, subscribe to Brick 101, and check out all my other LEGO Minecraft videos. I've reviewed a lot of the individual LEGO Minecraft sets, I've done lots of custom LEGO Minecraft builds, and I've also done some large-scale, across the Minecraft theme reviews like this. Let me know in the comments what you want to see from my LEGO Minecraft content in the future, especially if you want that armor, tools, weapons video. Say so in the comments. And thanks for watching.